Even now, whenever I think back to this, it still sends chills down my spine. My daughter had a favorite toy, a teddy bear we called Little Bear. It was a gift from my husband for her first birthday, bought secondhand from an online marketplace. I thought she'd prefer colorful blocks or a music box, but for some reason, this plain-looking teddy bear became her favorite. She hugged it to sleep every night and wouldn't even let go of it during bath time. The strange event started happening around her second birthday. By then, she could speak a few simple words and express her likes and dislikes. One day, while tidying her room, I noticed Little Bear had fallen from her bed to the floor. I casually picked it up and placed it back on the bed. That night, after she'd fallen asleep, I went to turn off the lights and found the teddy bear sitting by the door. I brushed it off, thinking I must have remembered wrong, or maybe my daughter had accidentally thrown it there. But then, it started happening every night. Every time I put the bear back on her bed, by the next morning, it would be in a different spot. The sofa, the kitchen table, and once, even on top of the washing machine. My daughter was too young to move it to places like that. It made me uneasy, but my husband laughed it off, saying it was probably just the wind. The real turning point came one night. I woke up in the middle of the night to the sound of faint laughter coming from my daughter's room. It was soft, but so distinct that it made my skin crawl. I rushed to her room and found her sound asleep in bed. But Little Bear, it was standing at the foot of her bed, its two black button eyes staring right at me. Swallowing hard, I carefully picked it up and placed it back by her side, convincing myself that it was just my imagination. But things only got worse. A few days later, I realized the bear wasn't just moving. It seemed to mimic voices. I was in the kitchen making dinner when I heard my daughter's voice behind me, calling, "Mommy, play with me." Startled, I turned around, only to see the teddy bear standing in the living room. My daughter was supposed to be napping in her room. I froze. How could her voice have come from the living room? Before I could react, I heard it again, this time closer. "Mommy, play with me." Terrified, I grabbed the bear and stuffed it into the garbage can. I tied the bag tightly, rushed downstairs, and threw it into the building's dumpster. That night, I finally felt like I could breathe again, believing this nightmare was over. But I was wrong. The next morning, I woke up to find Little Bear sitting back on my daughter's bed, holding a small red ball in its hands. I couldn't take it anymore. Grabbing the bear and my daughter, I rushed to the nearest temple. The temple keeper took one look at the bear, and his face went pale. He asked me where it came from, and I explained it was a secondhand purchase from the internet. After a long silence, he told me the bear contained something unclean, possibly tied to its previous owner. He performed a ritual and then burned the bear. Since that day, the strange occurrences stopped. But my daughter, every now and then, points at thin air and says, "Little Bear is back." And every time she says it, a chill runs down my spine. Maybe the story isn't over yet. What do you think the red ball in Little Bear's hands represents? Or perhaps, what do you speculate the previous owner might have done to the bear? If you want to see my videos faster, please like and subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to get new video updates.